Oh my gosh, what about that NFL draft yesterday? Oh my goodness. What a great draft.
Glad it's Friday.
I'm so glad it's Friday.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ask an Expert. I'm Megan Reberry, and I'm the marketing coordinator here at Bright Stores. And with me today is our expert, Victor.
I'm very excited about the Broncos draft pick. It was very exciting yesterday. Coming from Denver, Colorado, we are here. What are we talking about? Why am I here? What questions are we going to be discussing today?
We are going over MOAS today. Do you want to give everyone kind of a quick little overview?
I'm very excited and happy to announce that the MOAS is the Manager Order Approval System, which, if used correctly, allows the manager to approve an order in our system.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love it. What stores can they be used in?
They are available on Bright Sight's advanced stores. So if you have a redemption site, a simple store, or a basic store, you cannot have MOAS, only advanced.
Okay, good to know. What are some typical clients that you see that work really well with this type of feature? And maybe some examples. Examples are always good.
Larger companies. Obviously, let's think of like one of your construction clients that you might have, Mr. or Mrs. Distributor. That construction client, every quarter, they earn or they receive uniforms. In order to prevent those employees from buying a ton of stuff and getting like 3 Carhartt jackets, and that ends up being very expensive, you can have that employee have a manager. And when that employee places an order, it has to go through the manager first. The manager receives an email with 2 buttons, approve or deny. They get to review the order, make sure that employee got a safe amount of goods without going overboard. And then the manager can click approve or deny. And then if they click approve, the order goes right into Bright Sights. If it is denied, it becomes a canceled order.
And are there any types of payment methods that maybe won't work with this?
Yes, that's a great question. Credit card will not work with MOAS, and the reason why is because of PCI rules and just credit card processing rules. You can't hold credit card funds for more than 7 days, 30 really being the max. And because of you're at the PPAI trade show, you don't get the best Wi-Fi. You're offline. You can't approve the order. We can't have that limbo effect. So, credit card does not work with MOAS.
Okay. Which probably isn't that big of an issue. I think most people don't use credit cards in a company store.
Yes.
Since they're typically business or company purchases.
And you're absolutely right. Business and company purchase. We're talking like budget, cost center, purchase order, GL code. Those are the main applications of when you need a manager to approve the order.
Gotcha. Any other examples that maybe you'd want to share?
Yes, I kind of had an idea. I was watching last week's episode and the week before that, and I thought the best example I've ever seen of MOS was they're using budgets and account balances and MOAS all together. It was a large company, or it is a large company, 2,000 plus employees. They have over 100 budgets. Each budget is associated to its own region, and each region has its own sales manager or area manager. And when the budget was being used or applied to buy something, the manager has to approve the order. Each one of those employees in that region, they were put into that bucket. So you can imagine there's a lot of complexity to it. That was the best application because you're not having one person approve all 2,000 employees. It's very centralized, it's very specific, and it helps control the costs. So that's the best application I've seen. I just thought that was a great idea, and I thought, yes, our software can do something great. But then you have the other common sense thing. It's just manager approval system. You could put one manager for every single employee. It's just up to you and the client how you want to do it. If you do have a manager that is on vacation or stepped away or won't be able to approve orders, you can also have a backup manager, something that your client might want to think about. Just something so you keep getting orders coming through and you're not waiting for that manager.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of tying it back into why we don't like to use it with credit cards, is for that factor. You don't want an order in limbo.
Yep,
You don't want
yep,
a manager on vacation for a month that they're the only person that can approve that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, how about the amount? Can you put the order approval amount for any amount you want?
Yes.
Does it have to be really high? Can it be a penny? What can it be?
It can be anything you want it to be. So $0, every order has to be approved by the manager attached to that user or the group. If it's, let's say it's just, you were talking about controlling spending, maybe you set it to $1,000. Let's say the construction company, they're fine. Anything under $500, they're fine. But if someone tries to get more than $500, that goes to a manager. So you can set limits.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. So if I wanted to see every single order that was going through the system, I'd set it at a penny, and I can see everything.
Everything.
Otherwise, maybe if I'm a larger company, I'm not as worried about, how much money is being
She
spent.
gets it.
I do.
Yes, everything is right. Yeah.
Then so I can just monitor those larger purchases,
Absolutely.
which is super nice.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add today?
No, but what about that Broncos draft? No, I think that's a perfect example of how manager order approval system that what we talked about. I think that's a good that's how you would want to use it.
With the Broncos?
Yeah, sorry, with the Broncos, yes. With the Vice President John Elway, he is the perfect example of a manager that needs to approve something.
He wants to approve that pick before they commit.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Deal. Well, that is all the time we have for today's episode. Victor, why don't you tell us who were your draft picks? Actually, that'd be a fun little closer.
My draft picks are LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Stephen Curry. Those are my draft picks. Yeah.
Definitely a
Really,
football fan.
Yes, I'm a huge
Gotcha.
football sports fan. Tiger Woods is my favorite quarterback. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for today. Feel free to join us next week. We will be on camera at 11 a.m. on Friday. We'll be with Akil, and we'll be going over payment gateways. So that'll be a good one. Definitely tune into that. And thank you all for joining. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
All right. Sweet.